G'day folks, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Hope you guys are doing well. In the previous episode, I was trying my very best not to get into, I guess, any more trouble than we are already in. It seems to be quite difficult here. Every single goblin has turned hostile against us, and I don't wish to fight anymore, to be honest, so I'm gonna try and tread carefully here.
What to do?
I would say that I was very disappointed with the interaction that we had with the spiders. We had the opportunity, you know, to maybe get out of that fight, but they just turned hostile as soon as they came face to face with the rest of our party, so yeah, we had to end them, unfortunately, but and I don't think the stuff that we did with them was really any beneficial to us. There wasn't really a lot of treasure down there, and in the end we sort of didn't really find anything, except for maybe just a different pathway into the prison cell. But anyway, the first thing we're going to do in this episode is to have a long rest and just make sure that we're good to go. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, do I just go to camp first and maybe check in with everyone? Or, yeah, maybe I can do that. Because I just want to see if we get any exclamation marks or anything like that. It doesn't look like it, so I think we're good to go for a rest. Just having a look at our inventory though, so yeah, we are
moving ahead.
Feeling a little bit heavy here, so I'm just going to throw a few things in the chest and we'll have a rest soon after. So we'll throw that there. This Faith Breaker, I do want to compare for Karlach. So yeah, we'll do that in a second. So got a helmet here, which I could maybe give to someone, not sure who. There we go. Dagger +1, okay. Interesting. Why do I have that in my hand? Maybe, yeah, that's what I want. Strange. I think I may have been using Dagger +1, or was I using a different dagger before? I don't know how that switched out, but anyway. We do have all this other stuff though. Glove of Growling Underdog. Gains advantage on melee attack rolls while surrounded by 2 or more foes. Could be good. On hit with a weapon attack, possibly inflict a 1d4 penalty to the target's attack rolls and saving throws. That seems a little bit more consistent. I know this sounds good, but this is a more consistent outcome, I feel. But I feel like I want to just keep some of these new things that we've just obtained, just to sort of compare with other people's equipment that we've already got on. So we'll do that. I do need a shovel, obviously, so we'll keep that. Anything else I can get rid of? Probably not. Not for the moment, at least. So let me just have a quick look at everyone's equipment here. So I assume these gloves aren't really interfering with anything, so I'm gonna leave them there. Shadowheart, strength saving throws +1. I wonder what's better. Is she going to be surrounded by enemies? I feel like we're going to be trying to avoid a situation like that. So, yeah, maybe not. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Oh, let's check on Karlach's equipment here. So, particularly for this Faith Breaker, just wondering whether or not that's a better weapon for her. It doesn't look like it. Great Axe +1 is doing a bit more damage. Obviously there are a few different skills here that we can use with Faith Breaker. What I might do is I might throw that to her anyway, because this will deal blunt damage if we needed to fight undead and skeletons and stuff, so might be decent to be able to switch out to that if needed. We'll grab these bows, we'll throw them in the stash when we get a chance. Okay. Smoke powder bomb. Might throw that to Karlak. And we've got the amulet. Amulet of Salune's Chosen. Salune's Dream. 1 to 8 healing. An ally you touch regains hit points but possibly falls asleep. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Chimera's Locket. Yeah, I don't think I'll be using Dancing Lights, to be honest, guys, so maybe this is something that we want to stash away. Possibly something that we can get Gale to consume. Someone was recommending that we keep an item that lets us do like a shadow step. I think that was the name of the skill. So I'm gonna try and keep an eye out on that, unless I've already gotten Gale to consume it, which, well, too little too late now. But yeah, I'll give her the Amulet of Salune's Chosen, and I think this might be a good thing, considering she's our healer, obviously. Ring of Color Spray. Maybe we can just throw that onto Shadowheart, because she's got another slot for another ring anyway, so... And... yeah, Smuggler's Ring we're going to keep on us, obviously. Okay. I think we're looking decent, although Karlak doesn't really have a lot when it comes to accessories and stuff, so maybe we can give her the locket. I mean, why not? Because you never know when we might need to cast Dancing Lights, but again, not sure when we would need that. Yeah, looking good. But let's... Oh, I forgot to bring everyone home with me. My bad. Let's just bring everyone together and get everyone returning to camp as well.
Best get going.
And now we can join everyone, and yeah, we should be good. Let's just double check on our equipment here with everyone else. So, is there really any reason for us to be wearing any of the, like, random rings and stuff? Maybe not, if they're not giving us any benefit, you know? May as well grab all of this, and we'll throw it into the stash in a second. Yeah, she probably doesn't need that. Yeah, I'm trying to find a spot for these gloves, but I don't really know who should get them, to be honest. Do we get any penalty to sneaking with these? Wearer gains advantage on melee attack rolls. Astarion... I don't know how often he'd be doing melee attacks. Maybe Will could take the gloves. Because we do get in a little bit closer with will. Although Astarion may do, like, sneak attacks. Melee sneak attacks, but... that kind of looks a bit weird. Not gonna lie. Yeah. I'll leave that on Will for the time being, as silly as it looks. But I'll be keen on switching that out as soon as we can. Let me have a look at here at Spring Step Boots. When the wearer dashes or takes a similar action during combat, they gain momentum for 3 turns. I think this could be a good one for Astarion. And the reason why I say this is because Astarion's got the special skill, I forget what it's called, that allows him to dash, I guess, mid-turn, possibly using like a bonus action or something like that. And I think that could be quite powerful for him, actually, to be able to gain additional momentum. So he could sort of leap around to different places and, you know, really be our agile fighter. And sure, he's got a bow, but, you know, we might be able to get him to do both, you know, melee attacks and ranged attacks. In fact, I wonder if it would be better to give him this, you know, +1 dagger. It might not be a bad idea, to be honest. Maybe if we sort of chuck that there and... yeah. So he can dual wield those 2 daggers. And... I mean, I've got a spare dagger here, which I can just throw onto blue like that. I think that's decent. Let's just see all the stuff he has. We may as well give him some kind of protection for his arms. I don't think the metallic gloves are good for him though, right? Because he can't wear medium armor. So... why does he have a soap bar and a sponge? I'm not entirely sure if we picked that up somewhere or if that's just something that he has with him when we met him. Anyway, let's just take all that stuff there, and I think we're looking good here. We have sort of equipped some of the newer stuff that we found, so I just need to tidy up the inventory. Let's throw all of this in. And yeah, let's just do a bit more of a tidy up here, and there's probably stuff that I can stack, but I don't know if I really feel like doing that during the episode, so we won't worry about that for now. I'm just trying to see if there's any like weapon that Astarion can use, or perhaps maybe we can use. Would it be better for us to have, like, these 2 weapons? Yeah, it might not be bad. Or perhaps maybe I should give one to Astarion as well. I was just sort of hoping to find like another dagger, like a +1 dagger or a magical dagger that we could give him. Blazer of Benevolence, uncommon like armor. Maybe this is something that Astarion can use. Oh, actually no, he's already using the spider silk armor. Yeah, okay. I don't think this will be beneficial for him. 12, 11? Yeah, no. This is much better. Okay. Just trying to look for some gloves. Drow leather gloves. We could maybe put that onto Astarion. I don't know what would be good. Let's grab them and let's just try. Oh, that goes really, really well together, doesn't it? Like, this is basically Minthara's entire getup, right? I could give him the leather gloves, but I don't think he needs it now, so... as long as we're not getting into a situation where he can't cast all of his skills, yeah, we had a bit of trouble with that previously, so let me just quickly split a few of these potions out so we can just top him up with some more potions. And yeah, let's throw these in here. Okay, are we good? We might be good, hopefully. Alright, bit of admin there to start off with, but I think we're good now, so let's continue. And we do want to have a sleep. Who knows what's going to happen when we have this long rest. Probably got to choose some food to eat. Oh yeah, that's right. We just go into this sort of holding pattern first before we continue. I'll have a chat with everyone and see how everyone's feeling.
Speak.
Okay. She doesn't really have too much to tell us, I guess. Alright, she obviously doesn't really want anything to do with these tadpoles, and fair enough.
Soldier.
I guess she doesn't really have anything to add there as well. Let me actually deal with our additional tadpole here, because I do want to try and get new skills and stuff added as soon as possible. Push anything and anyone back 6 meters. And it deals damage as well. That's pretty decent. Displace. Creatures suffering falling damage because of your actions take an additional 1 to 8 psychic damage. That's very specific, I feel. And this one requires a concentration spell. And I almost feel like this is the only one that we can try and get to. And I don't mind, actually, because even if we are not going to be sacrificing our own health, let's say we don't use this spell, we could at least unlock the ability to do this one here, Perilous Stakes. Invest a creature with power that heals it when it attacks, but also makes it vulnerable to all damage. Maybe. Yeah, this seems pretty powerful as well. Once per turn, you make an attack roll. When you make an attack roll, the attack reduces the target's corresponding ability by 1. Okay. I like this, though. Yeah, let's do that. It's a bit difficult to read the Illithid power menus, because I'm looking at these ones here, which, you know, these are not actually things that we have learnt. The ones that we have learnt are here in red. And yeah, for whatever reason, this one here has a different color, which really confuses me. I guess that probably denotes that it's not a an offensive spell or an offensive ability. Yeah, I like this one a little bit more because we're not sacrificing anything and we can do straight up damage if we need to. And this might be good if we combine it with Displace. So we would be able to maybe push opponents off of ledges and stuff like that. And if we know that we're going to be doing that, adding Displace would deal heaps and heaps more damage. But anyway, gotta find more tadpoles at this point. So let's have a chat with Volo and see if he's got anything new for us.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
Has your research turned up anything that might help us with this parasite problem?
Not yet, I'm afraid. But my expectations are very, very high.
Alright. Let's have a chat with Gale, see what he says.
I need a moment for the two of us.
How can I help?
Alright, I get the feeling that most of these guys don't really have anything else to say to us. Shadowheart?
May the darkness protect you.
I want to talk to you about your Shar worship.
I'm sure you do. But please try to understand that it's not something I can just talk about freely.
I have no problems with Shar worshippers, if that's what concerns you. Just.
Very well. Perhaps there's potential in you. Let's see how you handle this. I am indeed a disciple of Shar, Mistress of the Night and Lady of Loss. I assume you've heard of her?
Remind me.
My Lady Shar is the Night Singer, the patron of darkness and loss.
Fascinating. Please continue.
Most fear the dark, like children, because in darkness they see their fears reflected. But Shar teaches us to step beyond fear, beyond loss. In darkness, we do not hide. We act. Pain, hope, the promise of better days. All of these are heavy cloaks that bend our backs and burden our hearts. We shed those cloaks. Before Shar, we stand gloriously naked, beyond the vanities of mortals.
When you put it like that, it seems strangely comforting.
There's comfort, yes. But often there has to be pain beforehand. We tear down the lies the world is drunk on. The institutions they trust, the so-called gods they worship, the lives they cling to. We destroy false idols, topple corrupt organizations, fight heretics wherever they're found. There's often suffering, death even. Many people break before they embrace Shar's truths.
I won't cast judgment on your beliefs.
Curious. Most are afraid of my lady. I think I did well by joining you. Most agreeable company.
Cool. Alright, so that was a decent interaction. We got her approval a couple of times there, so... I want to get to know you a little bit more, Shadowheart.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Tell me something about yourself, besides Shar, and besides these tadpoles.
What? Besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
Okay. So she can't swim. She doesn't like wolves. She can't swim. She likes night orchids, so I better try and remember that, because if we find some night orchids, we should pick some. Maybe we can gift it to her. You have to point out night orchids to me if we ever pass some.
It's a deal.
Anything else you'd want to share?
No, I can't. Quite literally, I mean. With my memories suppressed, I can't betray Shah's secrets. But I can't remember much of myself either. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored.
Okay. I'm guessing she'd be a very, very interesting person, and maybe she's not who she seems or something. Having your memories suppressed, that seems extreme.
Of course. It is an act of faith, not to be undertaken lightly. Shah will reward me when I succeed.
Why were you in pain before?
The wound on my hand. It never quite heals. And sometimes it causes terrible pain to rip through me. It's my burden, though, from Lady Shah. I can feel her influence somehow.
So I've only just noticed that she does actually have a wound on... I don't know if it's like through her hand, but at least on the... it's not on the palm, the back of her hand, I suppose you could call it. What causes it to hurt you?
It's difficult to say. Sometimes I wonder if it's supposed to be guiding me, punishing me, testing me. But perhaps it's none of those. Perhaps it's completely random. I'd like to hope there's more to it than that. Some meaning that Lady Shah will reveal to me when the time is right. Until then, all I can do is endure.
Okay. Why would Shar subject you to such a thing?
I cannot say. Not with what I can recall. But even then, it would not be for me to question her will. Lady Shah has her reasons.
I don't know, maybe Shadowheart's being punished for something that she doesn't even remember because she's had her mind wiped? How can you manage living with such a thing?
It's less difficult than you might imagine, when you can't remember life without it. Pain is sacred to followers of Lady Shah. Pain will give way to loss and then to the peace of her eternal darkness. You can tolerate a great deal of suffering so long as it has meaning.
I can't help but feel you and I might have missed a chance to connect. Like, truly connect?
I think I know what you mean. There's an undeniable rapport, and yet we haven't made time for each other. Time alone. Easily remedied, if you like. I know a place.
Oh. Sure. Lead the way.
Not just yet. Let's choose our moment. Some quiet night, when the others are asleep and there's no distractions, I'll come for you.
Okay. Tell me about all that's happened to us so far. What do you think?
Fine. What's on your mind?
What do you think about what's happened to the Druid's Grove?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have razed that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
How am I holding up in your estimations?
Does it even need to be asked? We're beyond me merely liking you. I think I'm a different person, owing to you.
Cool. Well, that's good to hear. And, you know, I am trying to woo Shadowheart, so I've already resisted Gale's advances. Let's have a chat with Will, see what he thinks.
Well met.
I can't remember if I've asked him the first question, but how does it feel to be a devil?
It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck. Not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see?
I see the Blade of Frontiers. No more, no less.
It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the Blade of Frontiers again.
Okay. Yeah, he seems really, really proud about being the Blade of Frontiers, to be honest. That's a little bit too much, if you ask me.
Need something?
I don't know how I feel about Astarion. We have been using him a few times, and I do quite like his abilities. I'm not sure if he's really fond of us, though. I think approval-wise, yeah, things might not be looking too good. Let's just have a look at everyone's approval rating, actually. Gale, he likes us. Shadowheart. Oh, okay, I'm surprised that Shadowheart likes us less than Gale does. Zariel... Oh, sorry, Karlak, rather. Karlak is... She's still sort of in the middle. I'd be curious to see everyone else's, though. I wonder if I can check that very quickly from the Traveler's Chest. Scratch likes us, though. I mean, that's the most important thing, right? How do we do this? I think... Yeah, if we go to... Oh, okay. Maybe I won't be able to see it from here. Okay. Well, we'll reserve that for another time. I think it's time for a long rest, and we'll see what happens over the course of the night. Yes, we do need to choose what to have. Fish head, sure. I need to get rid of this, like, spoiled treacle tart. Sure. Trying not to have all of my alcohol, because I feel like maybe alcohol could be used for alchemy. What else? There we go. I think that should take us to 40. Let's do it. Okay, I guess this means that nothing really happens, or nothing's happening tonight. Oh, actually, I take that back.
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry. I have things under control. For now. I see you've been using the powers the tadpole gives you. Good. But things haven't gone as you expected. You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. But he couldn't. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places.
I mean, she seems so cryptic about stuff. I mean, if she knows, she should just tell us where to go to try and or get rid of the tadpole, to be honest. But I'm thinking she probably has an ulterior motive here, which is to actually use the tadpole's power, right? Tell me who you are.
It's complicated. But I'm an adventurer, just like you. Just like you, I was infected with a Mind Flayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. But to do that, we'll need to think beyond local healers. Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. You were lucky that Halsin knew this. His instincts are right. The parasites are merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun.
Right, had we known that there's a danger of dying if we remove the tadpoles before we can, I don't know, dispel the magic, then maybe there is no real point in trying to look for a cure. But we should, in my opinion, at least seek to try and understand it. So that's what we're going to do at the next place that we're supposed to go to. I forget the name. Moonrise Towers, I think. What is this sickness that you mention?
The absolute sames are not yet clear to me, but its progress towards domination is clear. These parasites are more than illithid spawn. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god. You witnessed it yourself with Priestess Gut. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the True Souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be Mind Flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you.
Okay, so I get the feeling the Absolute is basically the main issue, antagonist in this whole game. I mean, it hasn't really been made apparent that anything else is the problem, but now that the Guardian has actually mentioned the Absolute, that's why I'm thinking that way. How is it that you're protecting me?
I have powers of my own. Unique powers. But know that we are alike. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells, they need me. I have to go.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
No. I can handle this. For now. The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can, but sooner or later I will be worn down. You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. The cultists are gathering at Moonrise Towers. Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it. Go. Our freedom depends on it.
Well, Moonrise Towers it is. Which is kind of interesting though, because we have been in a situation with these goblins where we could, you know, essentially try and convince them not to attack and to try and get closer to our objectives. And I think it'll be no different with Moonrise Towers. Yeah, we shall see. Just before we go, obviously a quick game of fetch is in order. Yeah, good boy, good boy. Alright, let's talk to Volo, apparently. No one else seems to want to talk to us, but that's fine.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself...
Oh, hang on. Sorry, I selected the wrong one there. Okay. But now that I know what I know, I'm probably going to tell him not to worry about, you know, trying to extract the tadpole or anything.
My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable. It's not too deep. Just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic, after all.
Yeah. No. How many times have you done this before?
I assure you, I've dreamt of it 1,000 times over.
This parasite is unusual. I have it on good authority that extraction is currently impossible.
You won't find a more learned opinion on this matter, I assure you.
Nope. Nope, we are leaving. I wonder if you could, like, permanently, like, destroy one of your eyes or something.
You only have a matter of days to live. Don't dally, my friend.
Okay, I mean, you know, if we really, really need to, we can come back, I assume, to Volo, and he can do it for us, but now is not the time. Let's go back out there. And, I do want to explore the area a little bit more, obviously. Let's get Quoth in before we forget. And Gale,
Which way to the
want to get you to have mage armor immediately before I forget again.
Looking ahead.
And we'll do speak with animals when we find some animals that we need to speak to. I think we're pretty good here. Again, just want to tread lightly.
Need to find a
Make
way
sure that we're
forward.
not, you know, pissing off absolutely everything in the area.
No one's stopped me yet.
Controlling the camera in this game can be a little bit difficult, I would have to say. It's not always as, I don't want to say responsive, but it's not always cooperative. Again, don't really see any more goblins. Yeah, I don't know why there are a few goblins around in some areas, but not others. I need to get back to Holson, right? We should report to Holson, yes. Save the refugees. Yeah, okay. So we need to go... Is this just gonna take us out? I think it is. So Holson's left the Goblin Fortress already. The Githyanki Patrol reached the mountain pass. Yeah, okay. Is there anything that will happen if we go out the front door? And the only reason why I say this is because I'm worried about the owlbear, which was being bullied by all those goblins, and someone did leave a comment to say, hey, I think you left the job undone. Which means perhaps maybe the owlbear is... Whoop. The owlbear is still out there being chased around and possibly going to be eaten or something. Yeah, I want to try and avoid combat though. Is that a possibility? Not if we want to go out the front door. If we go out this way, I think this is just the little sort of tunnel slash pathway thingo that we came across over here, right? Or am I thinking of a different exit? Actually, it could be up this way. Yeah, a burrow hole over there and rocky crevice. Again, won't be able to go through it, I don't think. So that's fine. In that case, maybe we want to exit out this way, because we know that some of the prisoners are fleeing through this exit, so let's do that. This passageway leads us to not like outside the camp, but it will get us relatively close. But I do sort of want to make my way
No one back home will ever believe this.
back to check on the owlbear if we can. Okay, so far coast is clear. Yeah, I mean, it seems like the majority of the goblins have left. Which is good news.
Should mind my step.
Oh, we still have some drunk goblins around here though. And we definitely have some stragglers around. Trying to get to this area here. Let's get everyone up this way. Gotta check on Lupus, obviously.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Alright, so I'm gonna put everyone into stealth and we'll break off Quoth and have Quoth sort of do a bit of sleuthing. So I'm assuming these guys won't notice us if we tried to go through. Yeah, still plenty of activity down there. This cracked wall, I'm still not sure where that might lead us. Owlbear is still alive. Okay. Is there any way I can convince the owlbear to leave out the front door? Or bring it to safety somehow? Yeah, I feel like if we start attacking any of these guys down here, like pretty much everyone's going to be joining in. And I really don't want a pile-on like the last time we were here. One thing that I'm not entirely sure of is, I was sort of thinking if I can bring the barrel over here and make it explode, we could bust this open, but will that wake up like all of the other goblins though? Not sure. Oh no. Okay. We've all gone back to sleep. Unfortunately, I've had to expend our familiar there. But at least that was a good test, because now I know if I do any form of attacking out here, these guys are going to wake up and just start attacking us. The owlbear seems fine, so I'm going to leave the owlbear alone.
Breathe deep.
And I'm going to try and get out of here, although I suppose I don't really need to try and sneak my way out, right? I can pretty much teleport my way out to the druid camp, or the grove rather. I am though concerned that if we needed to come back here, which I think we do, we need to come back and we need to you know, make our way back inside to then get to the Underdark, right? So there's a temple in the Underdark that we should be able to access. And the only way there at the moment is to teleport back here and go back inside. So I'm thinking that we want to try and at least kill some of the goblins on this side. And I don't know, will we attract every other goblin in this area if we started attacking some of these goblins here? I might save scum in this instance, guys, because if every other goblin does try to approach us, then we're as good as dead. Or I can just try my best to survive. We've got a bit of a choke point here. They'll have to make their way up this way. And maybe we've got that as a bit of an advantage. Alright, let me position people. And yeah, okay, we'll try and get into this fight. Because if I teleport in here, we'll pretty much get into a fight immediately, right? And we'd be even closer to all of the other enemies in the area as well. So, probably not what we want. We probably do want to just whittle down all of the goblins here if we have to.
Dum-de-dum. I'm too tall for this. I'm ready.
Shadowheart will be over here. Karlach. Actually, Karlach and Shadowheart might be good just in this relative position over here. The reason for that is because we might throw some stuff here to cause burning or whatever other environmental sort of effect.
I can't waste any more time.
Okay. Let's do it. This is actually not a bad spot either for AoE. Okay, who do we try to kill first? Oh, we've still got this guy patrolling as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Possibly this guy might come in and try to attack us as well. I'm sort of hoping that these guys won't wake up. Alright. 9 HP. Oh, we've got 99% an advantage here, so let's take this. When you make a successful attack roll against a foe, you can change that hit into a critical hit. Reaction. Can't remember if the reaction is something that we can do constantly or just once per short or long rest. But I think I'm not going to react here because this goblin doesn't really have a lot of hit points anyway, so it's not like we need to deal heaps of damage. Oh, okay. Alright. That's really good. If we can kill all of these goblins without any of them noticing. That would be really beneficial. Alright, let's go into stealth again. Path is interrupted. Oh, we've got a shot from here. Yeah, let's do this. Should I be casting Hunter's Mark? Maybe.
Seems like the best way.
Okay. And we've got this one coming in. Let's end our turn. Gonna have to come closer, and we should be able to take him out. Oh, very good, very good. And no one else has noticed just yet, which is really fantastic for us. And I think, is everyone else still hidden? I think so. Blue's the only one in combat at the moment. That's very beneficial, actually. This is working out really, really good for us, guys. So now we have access to the portal without it being, you know, viewed, obviously, by any enemies. So we should be able to come in and out of this area without too much of an issue. Do I want to loot any of the goblins that I've killed? I mean, I could, but I'm thinking I probably don't need to do that just yet, because we'll have the opportunity to do that when we teleport back into this place. I'll just need to remember, obviously, that I haven't looted. But yeah, so let's teleport ourselves back to the grove. And yeah, hopefully we can speak to a whole bunch of people, get some new quests, maybe complete a quest or two as well. And we sort of work out what to do next from there. Man, it feels like worlds and ages ago since we've been to the grove. So we do need to speak to Holson, but apparently we could speak to Zevlor here as well. I guess we might as well speak to him now. Is there anyone else we need to speak to? I guess not. We have probably spoken to most of these people. Maybe they have different responses to us based on what has already occurred. But anyway, yeah, let's have a chat.
A scout just reported. The goblins' leadership has been decimated. We might escape this place yet. I took a collection from all of us. It isn't much, but you've earned it.
Thank you.
It's not enough, but it's all we have.
Halsin will likely want to thank you too, mind. He returned just a while ago. I believe he's catching up with Korga. As for us...
No armies at our heels. Amazing. We can finally leave. But perhaps we need not speak of farewells. We'll join your camp tonight to celebrate if you'll have us.
Oh, okay. So that'll be a bit of an interesting, maybe one-off interaction that we can have when we have a long rest, or maybe we don't even need to have a long rest. Maybe we just simply need to go to the camp. Yeah, we'll see you there. I feel like I'll probably want to do a few other things here before we get into that interaction. Look at this. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening down here, which wasn't there before. So I guess they're all preparing to leave the grove. And he did say that Holson is quote-unquote catching up with Korga. I wonder what that means exactly.
That's it. We can head to the city. Don't know about you, but I'm ready to start my life again.
If there's fighting, you run, and you do not stop. For anything.
Elturel didn't want us, and those druids sure as hell didn't either. But you risked your life for us.
You're welcome. Actually, I don't know how much cash we... we have a lot of cash. I could have declined the cash, actually. Come to think of it, I was sort of like, you know, kind of focusing too much on the money, if you will. Got a little bit money hungry there and just said, yep, give me your coin. But I feel like if I declined, perhaps maybe a lot of our companions would have approved of that. So...
You saved us! Just like Baldur.
Baldur. A missed opportunity, unfortunately.
Now, stop.
Apparently we can loot stuff here. I mean... Sure.
Now, back to packing. I hate you. You killed all the goblins, and now we can't practice swords anymore.
Well, if only you would have met one or two.
I left my sword in the cave. Don't tell, but I don't want to touch it again.
Okay. Umi seems to have the right idea.
No, it smells bad out here. I want to go home.
Come on.
I'm glad you killed all the goblins. I hope you made them scared.
Well, we didn't kill all of them, but we killed most of them, probably. I feel like there are less goblins there though than when we started. I feel like we didn't have to run into too many of them. Alright, let's have a chat with the rest of the refugees here.
I knew this would come right if we just stayed positive. Not that your blade didn't help too.
Yeah, one thing that I'm a little bit worried about is Karlach's needs, and wasn't there that tiefling who set up shop here? I don't know if they've decided to move along as well.
God, it seems we might actually make it to the city now. Hope the neighbors are a bit more welcoming.
Wishing you all luck. I hope they get the reprieve that they all so deserve. Yeah, it's interesting that you can, you know, really, if you wanted to, like, betray all of the tieflings and the refugees.
You do good work. If you can handle more than goblins, might be I'll have use of you in Baldur's Gate.
Oh, we can trade with this guy. Alright, let's see what you have.
Always a deal to be done, even now.
Not much, it seems. Fire resistance. Drink to increase your size. Oh yeah, we've seen spells like this before. Yeah.
Try not to die up there.
Doesn't really have too much.
Right. All of our taking stashed away for the journey?
I'm glad you didn't die. No discounts once I'm running the wider Baldur's Gate mind.
I guess we get to see all of these guys
We should say thank you.
when we reach Baldur's Gate. I assume we are going to reach Baldur's Gate. Hence, you know, the name of the game. Did we have a chat with Melly? Stay still.
Don't know why everyone's cheering. We're just going back on the road.
Well, it's better than being dead.
Sorry I wasn't there to help. That'll change from now on, I promise.
Ah, yes, I guess maybe there's a lot that's changed since we've dealt with all the goblins.
I'm glad you came through it alive. We owe you more than we can repay.
I'd have put good coin on you running off into the sunset, but you did it. You stopped the goblins. Thank you.
You took care of the goblins. Nice work.
I'm probably most interested in what Arca has to say, and Memnos.
You've solved one problem for us.
Guess it's on us to solve the next.
You killed the goblins. Hope you made them suffer.
Alright, not too much. Let me have a look at the map and where we need to go. So, Inner Sanctum it is, obviously. Has anything changed in this area, for instance? I wonder. And I'm just sort of inspecting the map here, but there's an area that we haven't really looked at up this way. I don't know how to get there, but we might just have a poke around there to see if we can find a pathway. Yeah, there definitely seems to be some stuff here, so maybe there's a special entry point to get there. Oh, since I can, I might as well have a chat with the oxen here.
Let us go! I wish to feel the road beneath my hooves. Taste the fresh grass.
The younglings are a nuisance. But the road would not be the same without them. Thank you.
Alright. Oh, wow. Even more people here to speak to. I think we'll probably do that in the next episode, to be honest, guys. This is probably where I'm going to take a bit of a break. We'll check in with everyone, and obviously check in with Halsin the next chance we get. And see what happens to Korga. I'm really curious to see, you know, what the deal is with her, and, you know, did she have some kind of other ulterior motive that we didn't discover? So, yeah. Interesting times. Anyway, chuck us a like down below if you enjoyed it. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.